अस्सलाम वालेकुम एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज की वीडियो में आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट इनसिक्योरिटीज़ एंड आई हैव बीन बैटलिंग फॉर अ वाइल क्योंकि आई डू ऑब्वियसली वांट टू टॉक अबाउट इनसिक्योरिटीज़. माय चैनल इज़ फॉर women and young girls and I know so many of us fight insecurities, but at the same time I was kind of worried that I don't want to say something that is just not useful for anyone else. And finally I decided, the best thing I can do at this point for my audience is talk about my own insecurities and how I handle my own insecurities. Now the thing is, you can be insecure about anything that you think you lack. So for example, if you think you don't have good skin, you can be insecure about that. If you think you don't get good grades, you can be insecure about that. And the problem is, so many of us let our insecurities take over us and guide our life. So for example, for a very long time I was insecure about my dark circles, and as you may have noticed in my earlier YouTube videos, I was always wearing makeup because I felt कि अगर मैंने makeup किया होगा तो मेरे dark circles नज़र नहीं आएंगे. Until one day I said, you know what, who cares, I have dark circles and that's it. So now if I feel like wearing makeup before a video, I will, but it's not something that I force myself to do because I don't want people to see my dark circles. And I know when you see someone on the internet, it's very easy to think they don't have insecurities. I get so many messages from people saying, oh, how are you so confident, or can you tell me how I can be less insecure? And the thing is, everyone has insecurities, and I will say this, for me it's a very up and down thing. So I definitely think self confidence एक journey है, ना कि एक destination. And I have days where I am very confident and I have days where I'm not so confident, and the idea is to definitely have more days where you are confident and less days where you are unconfident. And even on the days जब आपको insecurities बहुत ज़्यादा attack कर रही हों, you still have to try to be kind to yourself. For example, and I think this is a very common one because of social media and so many pressures, there's always a pressure on women to look a certain way, and there's obviously a value associated with being a beautiful woman. And of course, not everyone can be, like Deepika, and not everyone feels like Deepika. I mean, I'm sure even Deepika has days where she wakes up and she's like, I look like crap. Maybe she does, I don't know. I think most people do. 10 years ago, if I had a day like that, I would have been just so down and miserable. Now if I have a day where I wake up and I don't feel like I'm beautiful or pretty, I just tell myself, well, first of all, that is not a fact, it's in your head, and second of all, you don't have to be beautiful. There's so much more to you. So why are you letting this one thing that you think you don't have define the course of your day? I think a shift in attitude here, this has really helped me, because I say, okay, fine, I lack this certain thing, but there are so many other things that I have, and there's so much I bring to the table, and I'm going to focus on the positives instead. I'm sorry about the changing light. There is a giant balloon that is going up. Let me show you guys actually. So ये balloon ज़मीन पे था और अभी आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ऊपर जा रहा है और इसने मेरी light block कर दी है. But let's move forward. So now that we've established कि हर किसी की ज़िंदगी में insecurities होती हैं, and everyone has good and bad days when it comes to insecurities, what can you do to have more good days and less bad days? Because so many of us spend so much time on social media, I think the first thing that I would say is, do not follow people who make you feel insecure. Some people might have a certain lifestyle which makes you envious, which makes you feel like your life is not good enough. They may be great people, they may be great content creators, but you don't have to follow them if they make you feel bad about your life. And at the same time, I would say, choose your friends very wisely. A lot of times girls message me to say, oh, my best friend said I'm not good looking, or she said, I will never find someone. And I think, she's not your best friend, she's your probably enemy. Why are you friends with her still? So you have to be very, very clear that someone who does not build you up is not your friend, and they do not need to be a part of your life. Finally, I would say, just accept the good and the bad. हर किसी में qualities होती हैं जो वो बदलना चाहते हैं, हर किसी में चीज़ें होती हैं जो उनको लगता है काश मेरे में ये भी चीज़ होती, I'm 6 inches shorter than my younger sister, so as you can imagine, when we were growing up, obviously हर कोई उसकी height point out करता था और बहुत से लोग मेरी height भी point out करते थे, and people obviously assume that I have to be, because I'm shorter, I have to be insecure about my height. And people saying it over and over actually kind of did make me a little insecure, to the point where I would wear these like really, really high heels everywhere, Eid pe, ghar pe, shaadi pe, college mein, and I would be uncomfortable and I would be in pain. And I don't know why I did that. Honestly, I think I did it because people around me placed a lot of value on being tall, and it made me think like, if I am not tall, that I need to change that, and I need to look taller somehow. For many years I made myself so uncomfortable in heels until I think one day something switched in my head and I said, screw it, I'm not wearing heels. And it's truly very funny जब हम किसी शादी पे साथ होते हैं and she's in heels, already मुझसे 6 इंच लंबी है, मैं heels में नहीं होती. And yeah, at one point that used to make me insecure, but over time I have worked on telling myself that I am so much more than my height, so much more than what I look like, so much more than the lifestyle I have, bring a lot to the table. And yes, it may not be my supermodel height, but there's so many other things that I bring to the table. So you really have to accept who you are. In its entirety. If you pull yourself down, trust me, there will be 10,000 other people waiting to tear you down. So I'm not talking about my insecurities because I want people to validate me. I am very confident now. I think for me, confidence has come with age. It has also come with the realization that social media is very fickle and किसी की भी ज़िंदगी उतनी ज़बरदस्त नहीं होती जितनी social media पे नज़र आ रही होती है. Because I know, अगर मैं एक थर्ड पर्सन की नज़र से अपनी ज़िंदगी को देखती हूँ सोशल मीडिया पे, I'm like, wow, what a cool life. But I know my life and I know my struggles and I know what a tough year I've had, and pretty much none of that is on social media. So I personally think there is no fixed formula to being more confident. Do whatever makes you feel confident. If that means wearing makeup on a certain day, wear makeup, but also tell yourself that I don't have to look a certain way, be a certain way, own certain things to be an amazing person.